So, Trump was supposed to sign an executive order today that would stop these children from being ripped apart from their family members at the border. You know, this is the United States of America and supposedly the land of the free. And I believe it's the government's responsibility. One priority should be the safety and comfort of its citizens. The government should do things in the best interest of its citizens. But secondly, the people coming to this country, that he should be doing, the governments and the president should be doing what's in the best interest of them as well. I do believe that safety is important for our country. However, I also believe that people that come to our country, they are coming for refuge, they are coming for opportunity. And seeing how none of us are native to this land unless you were a Native American, because we all know the truth, Christopher Columbus did not, and I mean did not, discover America. You can't discover a place that's already occupied. And of course, you know, the story of Native Americans were kind of just, you know, killed and everything else. And this has been a constant cycle of terror in this country that we call the land of the free. You have babies being ripped apart from their family members. Imagine being a child. Imagine nursing. Imagine being a toddler. Imagine being 5. Imagine being any age up under your parents' care and to be separated them while they go and process the parents and then take you to a place where other children are, like a little a facility, like an orphanage, or you know, just a holding spot. And then you're crying because you miss your parents, and other kids are crying too, so they feel how I feel. And you know how it is when one gets to crying, it makes everybody else's crying even worse. This is just horrific, and the president does need to stop this. It was a little thing going on. Somebody from his cabinet was saying that this was going on in the Obama administration, when in fact that is not the truth. It was not going on in his administration, and I don't even know why President Obama is even spoke of at this point. He is not in charge of the presidency. He's not in charge of the country. I, for one, respect the highest office in the land. I do, but it's the president's job to do what he needs to do for this country. Do what he needs to do to protect the citizens, even those that don't even know any better. And we do need to do better as well. I feel as citizens of this country, we should do what's in the best interest for one another. If it's some fact that, you know, you can help somebody, then you help somebody. But the president must do better, and so shall we, and so should we rather. It's very unfortunate. Even Rachel Maddow, when she was on the air, she was trying to report the story, and she got so emotional that she went on ahead and just had to sign off. It was just a bit too much. I mean, because anybody with compassion, anybody that is human, knows that that's awful for a child to go through such a thing. Now, with this team was shot. The Shaderoom actually had this story. It happened in East Pittsburgh during the traffic stop. Witnesses at the scene said that one of the teenagers was reportedly shot from behind while running away from the officers. It's reported that young man has died. Officers were responding to multiple 911 calls on Tuesdays from reports that a man had been shot in North Braddock. Police found a 22-year-old gunshot victim who was transported to the hospital and later released. Witnesses told authorities that a vehicle matching the description was seen leaving the scene. An officer saw the vehicle nearby and pulled them over. When the officer took the driver out of the car and put him in cuffs, 2 of the passengers hopped out of the car and ran. Police started shooting at them immediately. Now, one of the teens fell to the ground and was pronounced dead. What I don't understand, okay, so the teens jumped out the car, they ran away. Under what circumstances did they run away? Why were they, you know, most teens are afraid of the cops. I mean, hell, I drive down the street and I be thinking I see sirens half the time. It's not even a cop. You know, so it's definitely a post-traumatic stress situation going on with police. But I want to know, why is the first reaction to shoot? No. Should you run away from the police? No. But at the end of the day, was it worth this young man's life? No. you now have some parents of this child, family members that are gravely hurt and grieving over such things. We have to find better solutions. If these police officers cannot do their job and do it effectively without their first responding being to draw their guns and gun people down, then they do not need to be police officers. And that's just my opinion about it. Our kids should not leave our homes. We should not be worried that our kids are not going to return. It's a lot of issues in this country that is just beyond my understanding. We're worried about securing the border and tearing away children from the arms of their parents, and we still have issues here that we're not resolving, like police shootings and hatred and bigotry. It's just so much going on, and this is the place we call America the land of the free. We've got to do better. I encourage everyone. Everyone's not as knowledgeable like me. I'm not really into politics, so you will not see me coming over the airwaves more often than not talking about it. I do cover stories time to time that I have a strong opinion on that's based on common sense. But other than that, I'm not going to get in the nitty-gritty. But I do know what is human-like. I do know what is right. I do know how to have compassion and empathy. And some of these things is just out of order. We have gotten far and beyond out of order, and we've got to do better. We have to start voting in people locally and nationally that are going to do what's the best interest in for the citizens, even down to the police force. I don't know if we need to screening people at the border. We need to screen people more harder here. And there's no way. They know where you're at. They know how to find you. You got these phones tracking you everywhere you go. They want you to get these real IDs. They're doing it. If they want to find out what's going on, if they want to get in the nitty-gritty down to the cellular level of who a person is, they will do so. So I'm not accepting any excuses, and none of us should either. We should demand better as citizens for this country. We should demand better for our local offices and our national offices. We should demand better for our police force, even if it comes down to asking them for their badge number and being persistent and going up to the stations following getting pulled over and violated. If we so can keep our lives, we should do that and complain. We should not accept anything other than what's human and what is right. And that's just it. I thank you guys for tuning in. Anyone who's seen this video, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks again for watching Porch Talk. I'm going to catch you next time. Bye.